What could make a small animal wait for a human for many years? On the edge of a small town stood an old wooden house beside a dusty red road. The house was not special, not wealthy, yet anyone who passed by remembered one familiar sight: a golden dog named Luka lying quietly by the gate. Every single day. In the morning, Luka ran around the yard, chasing dry leaves dancing in the wind. At noon, he rested under the shade of the mango tree in front of the house. But when the sun began to set, he would stand up again, walk slowly to the gate, sit down, and stare down the long road. Because Luka knew that was the time his owner would return. Luka's owner was a man named Daniel. Daniel was not rich. He was just a mechanic in the town who repaired motorcycles and old cars. But to Luka, Daniel was the entire world. Every morning when Daniel left for work, Luka ran beside him to the gate to see him off. Daniel would bend down, rub Luka's head gently, and say, "Be a good boy. I'll be back tonight." Luka didn't understand every word, but he understood one thing very clearly. Daniel would come back. And every evening, Daniel really did return. The gate would creak open. Familiar footsteps would echo on the path. Luka would instantly rush forward, wagging his tail wildly, as if he had spent the entire day waiting for that single moment. One rainy morning, Daniel left home as usual. Luka followed him to the gate, watching his owner walk slowly down the road. But that day, Daniel never came back. An accident happened on a mountain road while Daniel was delivering a repaired motorcycle to a customer. The news reached the town that afternoon. Neighbors quietly brought the sad news to the wooden house. But Luka did not understand. When the sun began to set, he still walked to the gate, sat down, and waited. The first day passed, then the second, then a week. Every evening, Luka sat at the gate. At first, people thought he would soon forget, but Luka did not forget. Whenever he heard a motorcycle in the distance, his ears would lift instantly. Whenever someone walked by, he would stand up and look carefully. And when he realized it was not Daniel, he would lie back down. Silently. The first month passed. Then 3 months. The story of Luka slowly spread throughout the town. The grocery shop owner placed a bowl of water near the gate every day. An old woman brought him some rice each evening. Many people tried to take Luka home and adopt him. But whenever he had the chance, he ran back to the old gate, because that place was the last place he had seen his owner. The rainy season passed. The dry season arrived. Then a full year went by. The wooden gate began to decay. The house slowly became empty and quiet. But Luka remained there. His fur was no longer shiny. His steps were slower. Yet every afternoon, he still looked toward the road. One day, a little boy in the town asked his father, "Dad, why doesn't that dog find a new owner?" The father looked at Luka for a long moment. Then he replied, because to him, his owner never truly left. For humans, 1 year is a long time. But for Luka, each day was simply one day closer to the moment his owner might return. In the second year, the town had grown used to Luka's presence. Travelers passing through often stopped to take pictures. Some people began calling him the guardian of hope. Then one afternoon, a car stopped in front of the old house. A woman stepped out. She was Daniel's younger sister. She had been living in the city for years and had returned to clean up the old house. When she opened the gate, she saw Luka. The dog was thin, but his eyes were still bright. She softly called, "Luka?" The dog lifted his head. His tail began to wag slowly. Perhaps he didn't know who she was. But in her scent, there was something familiar. The woman suddenly burst into tears. She knelt down and hugged Luka tightly. For the first time in 2 years, Luka stepped away from the gate. But the moment that moved everyone the most did not happen then. It happened the very next evening. When the sun began to set, Luka ran back to the gate, sat down, and looked down the road again. Because to him, loyalty has no concept of time. In the human world, many relationships change because of circumstances, benefits, or time. But in the world of a dog, love follows only one rule. Anyone who has loved him, he will never forget.